Everyone in Kengan Omega keeps getting stronger. Ohma, Kuroki, Gao Lang, Kure Ryan, and now Kanoh Agito again. Right now he is destroying Julius, highlighting that the 5th Fang of Metsudo will always be that guy. He's leaving everyone stunned with how strong he is, and it does not look good for our German monster. Apart from that, we have cut back to Shen Wulong and Tokita Ohma. We're definitely going to get more reveals and probably an interesting conversation. To add on top of that, as a quick reminder, Ohma is a clone of Wulong, particularly the tiger version within him, and is likely the person who is going to fight Wulong in the upcoming Kengan match. Additionally, for those of you who don't know, it's been over 4 years since the Kengan Ashura Annihilation Tournament, where the anime is currently. So current Kengan Omega standards are way above anything from back then, even more so when looking at the antagonists currently and their evolution. We concluded Kengan Ashura with the reveal of Edward Wu, Zia G, and the Tiger Vessel revealed as Faye later on. Currently we have Gilbert Wu, who is the direct clone of Edward, confirmed as stronger than him. Tokita Nico, the one I view as the main villain in the entire Kengan series, and of course Master of Faye. Yan, the brother of Zia G, head of the worm and someone who's been trained by Wulong. Lu Han, another clone of Wulong who's directly opposing him and currently working with the Tiger Nico to potentially take him out. And most importantly, Shen Wulong, pretty much God compared to everyone else I've mentioned. Now for the current top tiers of the Kengan Association, directly opposing them at a narrative level. Ryan, who's gone through his big training arc, ready to take out Gilbert Wu. Ohma, who's currently training with Kuroki Gensai, who may also get more pointers from Wulong considering he's here as well. Kanoh, who's also connected to the Tiger Nico and wants to take him out, as many of us know, demonstrating his insane growth out of nowhere, which I'll be breaking down throughout today's video. Lo Long, the top of Purgatory, who's also directly against the worm and has been a worm hunter / killer for many years. And there's a few others, but these are the guys that are more so directly opposing the worm or the current antagonist in Kengan Omega.
The winner is Agito! Kanoh!
For example, after his recent defeat by the hands of Jirota, many people started to claim that Kanoh had fell off in the Kengan Omega story. Then a few chapters later, he appeared alongside Lo Long and Kuroki to pull up on the worm, having a little exchange with Yan. Throughout that, as it wasn't very long, nothing major occurred. However, Yan was dealing with the Fang quite well, while also being preoccupied with what the Connector was doing with Kuroki, and thinking about why and how they found their location, which again didn't make it look too good for Kanoh. Then somehow he made his way into the Real Champion tournament roster. Initially his fight with Jirota was for a placement in that tournament, making his position here a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. But now in the start of his fight against Julius, he's demonstrating why he's here, and most likely why he will always remain as a top tier within this story. Now to go over the specifics of the fight thus far. Something to first mention, however, is the art throughout these last 2 chapters has been a little bit of a downgrade compared to the ones previously. We also had a break week, which if you've been following Kengan Omega for quite some time, isn't as often as well. Kengan throughout the last 3 or 4 years has had less than 3 breaks from my knowledge, which is kinda crazy compared to many other series. But between that break week, we didn't have the series return with an increase in art quality back to previous standards, which does leave a concern to a degree. Honestly speaking, if Kengan was to turn into a series that released bi-weekly, that could very well be for the best, having more time to plan out the story, have more time dedicated to specific chapters when they drop. But with all of that out of the way, let's go over the specifics of the fight so far and how exactly Kanoh has improved. So Julius right at the get-go unleashes his Got Toto ability, one that demonstrated the power previously to one-shot the likes of Toa, which also had a narrator statement claiming it could potentially be a one-shot on everyone. Throughout the fight so far, every time he's attempted to land that strike on Kanoh, it seems like it slips off of him, This is due to Kanoh's formless style and how he's currently putting everything into using the formless, giving this water-like illusion. Back in Kengan Ashura, we got to see a few specific moments of this when Kanoh dodged some attacks, but it seems like since his fight with Yarn, he's mastered this ability to more of a degree. When it comes to the past mastery of Kanoh Agito, he would go into fight either using his martial art form or his formless, and if required he would switch between one another. Then in the later rounds of the Kengan Ashura Annihilation Tournament, he implemented formless plus martial arts together, having quick instances where he would switch in between the two over and over. From the time skip between Kengan Ashura and Kengan Omega, he lessened the time it took to really switch between these two. That's what he demonstrated when he defeated Luhan in the Purgatory tournament. Now it seems like he's evolved the formless version of his fighting style more, resulting in what we're seeing throughout these chapters. And honestly, it's pretty overpowered if he's able to just disperse the impact and not get hit directly by someone like Julius who has that much power. On top of that, we see him transition in a very smooth way here, from the formless into his martial arts stance, unleashing a direct blow from the dragon shot, which as expected Julius was able to tank, resulting in low-key my favourite little moment in this chapter. We cut to Okubo and Justin, who are sweating watching this fight, and having Justin say, "Hey, hold on a sec, is it just me or are these guys mad tough?" Man is starting to realise that he's way out of his league now after seeing these two monsters clash, and how even regardless of what Julius is capable of, Kanoh is still absolutely dominating. Look at this strike to his knee. I think most of us felt that when we saw that panel as well. Absolutely brutal. I personally did not expect it to be this one-sided. You could even say this is comparable to Kanoh Agito defeating Wakatsuki in the past of the Kengan universe, but the fact that he's able to do this to current Julius is kinda crazy. We even have him thinking that he never meant to underestimate Kanoh, but he didn't think he was this powerful, so man is kind of losing his mind with how strong Kanoh has become. When it comes to additional proof to pretty much explain Kanoh getting stronger, Yarn, who's in the arena watching these fights, outright claims that Kanoh is stronger than when he fought me, which wasn't that long ago when looking at the chapters and the timeline itself, being kinda confused as well, also claiming that he had no idea there'd be side effects. Not exactly sure what that means and may connect to what's going on between Ohma and Shen here. That's probably going to be the focus of the next chapter, or at least a large portion of it. Apart from that, Kanoh, I believe, is still going to win this fight. I just hope at the very least Julius puts up a little bit more of a challenge. I quite like him in the Kengan Omega story, especially in his performance in the Purgatory tournament. His goal is pretty much to be the strongest. He's already looking for the easy way out, the ring out approach, so Julius' stocks are definitely going down. Hopefully he demonstrates some other improvement. Yes, he has shown the ability to pretty much spam his Gotota, but it doesn't mean anything if he can't land it on his opponent. Perhaps this is a compatibility thing. Kanoh with his formless is a hard counter to Julius. That could be a factor as well to consider. That's stated within the story many times, that compatibility is a major thing when it comes to Kengan fights. At the very least, I hope he gets a good shot in and does push Kanoh to more of a degree. It isn't just a one-sided slaughter, but still can't wait for the potential clash between Lolong and the 5th Fang Metsudo in the next round potentially, and then whoever the final is going to be, most definitely facing Yao Lang. All my stocks invested in that. And with that, I hope you enjoyed. Check out the official partner of the channel, GamerSupps. A 10% discount link can be found in the description. Shout out to these members, the absolute mad lads. You can become one as well and get access to all this additional stuff. Thanks for watching. That's it, guys. Peace.